right, good morning and welcome back. So, first thing I want to do is make sure we're all understanding what's happening these next 2 days. So, the 13th and 14th, both Thursday and Friday, we will be virtual. I am back at school, so if you need help, please reach out. Don't wait until you come back on Tuesday to ask for help. Okay, let's use Thursday and Friday as great days to get caught up to speed with what we're doing. So, today I will have open hours on Google Meet, which means I'll be signed in just waiting to help you if you sign in. So I will be signed in from 10 to 11 today, and then again from 1 to 2 today. All you have to do is be signed into a computer with your Wayne account, go to Google Meet, type in the code FOX, FOX, hit enter, and you'll be able to join with me, and I can help you. If one of those times doesn't work or you prefer to communicate through email or a message on It's Learning, that's fine. But please reach out sometime today or tomorrow to get that help you need if you are struggling. Right now, as I'm filming this, there's only one thing in Skyward, but by the end of the day, I think I'll have 4 things in there. I'm going to get the different assignments up to date in Skyward so your grade better reflects. Any old Delta math, I still will accept. And for some of you, that's a lot. Some of us have not done a good job of doing our Delta math. Okay, we need to get those assignments done. Okay. Also, some of us still have not finished that growth measure we did on the second or third day. I know some of you are absent, but we need to get that done. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, send me an email. I can explain how you can do the growth measure. But that is in It's Learning. If we go into It's Learning quick, so go to resources. That'll be Intro to Semester 2. That was on the second day, 1-5. And there was a note here explaining how to do the growth measure. It tells us exactly what to do. So go there, get that completed. That is not about how well you do. I need you to get it done, though, so I can compare how you are doing now to how you finish this semester, see some growth, hopefully, and I can learn from that. Okay, that's more about me than you, but I need to get it done to get your participation points. So today, to start off, we're just going to review the 3 special types of parallelograms we talked about. So our rhombus, our rectangle, and square. It's up to you on how many of these notes you take down. Like rhombus, rectangle, square, we wrote yesterday. I don't think you need to write them again. If you didn't take good notes yesterday, then take them today. So our rhombus, remember, it's a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. So that means that all 4 of the sides are the same length. And as you can see, I did not do a good job there because it's a parallelogram if you do it correctly. So if each of them is the same length, I can put a mark on each of them. They will all be the same in length. Okay. Now a rectangle. This is going to, whoops, that's not a, well, that is a rectangle. That's a square though as well. So let's see. A rectangle is when all 4 angles are right angles. So right angle, right angle, right angle, and right angle. The square is, both of these are true. So not only are all the sides the same, but all the angles are also right angles. So if I were to mark this, I could put 4 right angles in. I could also put 4 congruent sides marked there. And a Venn diagram here, we have a Venn diagram for this situation. So a Venn diagram is just when some things are true about one thing, it doesn't maybe fit into all the categories. You've seen them before. So as we can see here, all 3 of these are parallelograms. Okay? There are other types of parallelograms that are not rhombuses, rectangles, or square, but all 3 of these are always parallelograms. Now a square is both a rhombus and a rectangle. A rectangle could be a square, but it doesn't have to be. A rhombus could be a square, but it doesn't have to be. Now, all of these shapes are examples of quadrilaterals. So that would be the overarching one. I could go even one level higher. Okay, so as we look here, yesterday we talked about some properties. Well, these properties we just mentioned. So if we look here, it says ABCD is a rhombus. If we know that it's a rhombus, then right away we know that the sides are the same. All of them are the same, but most importantly, the 2 that have markings. So if we look here, I can just go ahead and solve this. 4x minus 5 will have to equal 2x plus 17. Okay, I can subtract the 2x. I'll be left with 2x minus 5 equals 17. Add the 5. 2x equals 22, and x will equal 11. Now this next one, there's less information here, but it tells us it's a rectangle. The key is, what shape is it? If it's a rectangle, we know that each of the angles is 90. And that means all we have to do to solve is set 7y plus 6 equal to 90. From here, I can subtract 6. Now it's an algebra problem. So if your algebra skills are weak, this is going to be harder. We need to brush up on those algebra skills constantly. Okay, so divide that by 7. Y will equal 12. I don't need your mental math skills to be sharp, okay? If you have to use a calculator, that is fine. We can't be making mistakes, though, when we're solving the algebra. So if you need help with that, if you want some extra problems, please reach out. Okay, once again, today is a great day to get that help. I will be in Google Meet for 2 hours today. I want to help you. If you don't tell me, though, I won't know you need help. Okay, the final one on this line, it's a square. Now remember, a square means that both the sides are the same and all those angles are the same. They're all 90 degrees. But that doesn't help us. The angles don't matter on this one. All we care about is those sides, but we have the sides equal. And from there, we can just add 6x here. We'll subtract 27. We'll divide by 7 and get x to equal negative 2. Now, some of you might be thinking that doesn't make sense. How can we have a negative answer? But if you think about it, negative 2 is what x is. That is not what this side length is. Now, none of these asked us to find what the side length is, but if they would, all we'd have to do is plug it back in. So in this case, negative 2 times negative 6 is 12, plus 13, 25. Each of these sides, QR, RS, TS, QT, all 4 of those sides are 25 units. Now, this last one, we would say 2x minus 10 equals 90. Meanwhile, 3y plus 21 would have to equal the 5y plus 11. It's a rectangle, so opposite sides are the same. I know these two are the same. I know the bottom and the top are the same. And I know this angle is equal to 90 degrees. I'm not going to solve it just to save us time, but if you have questions or want to see the answer, let me know, and I am happy to help out. So the answer for y in this one is going to be 50, I misspoke, is 5, and the answer for x is 50. Okay, so if you want to see how I got that, reach out, let me know, and I can help you out with that, or sign into Google Meet and I can help you out. Now, as a reminder, yesterday we talked about some rules with diagonals. So the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. Now, one we did not mention yesterday that is true, the diagonals of a rhombus are not only perpendicular, they also bisect the opposite angles. As you can see here, over here in the corner, these two angles are also the same as these two. We already know in a parallelogram that opposite angles are congruent, but now they are bisected as well by the diagonals. That is the case if it is a rhombus, okay? And then finally, we talked about a rectangle is going to have diagonals that are congruent. Okay, so if we look here, it says that this is a rhombus, so right away we know that these bisect. These angles are bisected. So any two of these I could choose and set them equal to each other. It is your choice. I'll use the 5x plus 6 and set that equal to 3x plus 12, but you could use any of them and it would work. If I subtract 3x, 2x plus 6 equals 12. Subtract 6, 2x will equal 6. If we do that there, divide, and we'll get x equals 3. Now, just to prove that it works, I'm going to plug it in quick to here, here, and here. So if we look at this first one, 3 times 8 is 24 minus 3. That will be 21 degrees. On this next one, 3 times 5 is 15 plus 6, 21 degrees. And over here, 3 times 3 is 9 plus 12. Once again, 21 degrees. All right, now our next one. It says the perimeter of the square MNOP is 72 inches. So I'm going to start, I draw this square. Yours might not be perfect. That's okay. We just need a square shape. And MNOP, now you might be thinking, I don't know which side's which. It doesn't really matter because the square is going to be the same everywhere. So I'll just label MNOP. The key is they go in order around. Now it tells us that the perimeter is 72 inches and NO is 2x plus 6. So if it is 72 inches and NO is 2x plus 6, then I know that all four sides are the same. I can take 72 divided by 4. Okay, now at this point, 72 divided by 4, that gives us 18 inches. So each side is going to be 18 inches in length. Now to solve for what x is, I can just take that 18, set that equal to 2x plus 6, subtract 6, we'll get 12 equals 2x, divide by 2, and we will have x equals 6. All right, a few more for us. This next one, JKLM. Now this one's a little bit more challenging maybe. The key is, it says it's a rhombus, which if it's a rhombus and we're dealing with angles, keep in mind we said that the diagonals of every rhombus are perpendicular, meaning all of these angles in the middle are right angles. Well, at this point now, I hope you can see if I get rid of all of this, I have a triangle. Okay, at this point now, I have a triangle, which if I outline here in blue, and maybe we didn't need to do all that, but that blue triangle, we know every triangle in the world, the three angles add up to 180. So if I have 90 plus 50, that gives me 140. Take that away from 180, and we are left with 40 degrees. That is what x would be equal. Now, it doesn't ask us this, but because it's a rhombus, today we learned that it bisects the diagonals. So, or the diagonal bisects the opposite angles. So this one and this one would both be 40, and so would both of these. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, I guess I can do in red. This would be 50, 50, 50, and 50. And that will be the case, always. Okay, now if you don't quite believe that this is true, think about it. That means this whole angle is 100. This angle is 100. Meanwhile, we said that these were each 40, so this angle is 80, which this angle is 80. Hopefully that makes sense then, because opposite angles are congruent, consecutive angles are supplementary, and we are good. Okay, this next one, it's a rectangle. This one is very quick. Right away, we know that these diagonals bisect. If it asks for x, x equals 10. Now, if it asks for what dB or AC is, that would be 20. So we need the whole length of the diagonal. Each of these chunks is 10. And our final one today, it says SU is 6y, RT is y plus 5. It's a square. Now, some of you might be thinking, I don't remember anything about a square. That's because our rule is about a rectangle. On a rectangle, the diagonals are congruent. But remember, we said today that a square is a type of rectangle. Okay, a square is a rectangle. Not all rectangles are squares, but a square is a rectangle. Okay, so we know those are equal to each other. I can do 6y equals y plus 5. Subtract the y, and I'll get 5y equals 5. Divide by 5, and I get y equal to 1. And we are done. So, today there is not a new assignment. I want you to take advantage. Yesterday when I was not at school, people did not do a good job. Lots of us did not get the Delta Math done. The Delta Math covers the same things we talked about today. If you need help with it, sign into Google Meet. I will do it with you today. Okay? You just got to sign in, ask for help, and we can go over and get that done. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching this to the end. And just to kind of reward those who did watch it to the end, if you send me an email and in it says the word fantastic somewhere. So just use the word fantastic. It can just say that. That's all it needs to say. If you do that, I'll give you guys some bonus points. Okay. So hope you guys have a great day and hope it's fantastic.